Hello all my beautiful sisters from those other misters. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing my September update for Use It or Lose It, which is basically my eyeshadow palette project for 2020. So I don't have a lot to talk about today. I am pretty much only wearing makeup once, maybe twice a week at this point, so I'm not really reaching for anything in terms of makeup, but I have used a few items and I've got some feelings about them, so I'm going to talk about them, and I think I will start with them. So the Nars single eyeshadows, this is pretty much what I focused on, and I use like one a week to decide how I felt about them. So here I have, let's go through them. Hammamet II. So this is sort of a pretty, bronzy, subtle, shimmery shade. There's that. I have Rio della Plata. This is actually what I'm wearing today. Little messenger interruption. So that's that one there. I have it over Gold Gaga, which I think it's pretty, it's nice. And then I have Night Star, similar to Rio della Plata, except it's a matte base and it's got a micro shimmer in it. And then the last one is Verona, and this is like a mauvey sort of purpley shade. This one is pretty as well, but what I've found with these is that I don't really care for them on the eyes. Out of all four of those, my favorite is definitely Rio della Plata. It is, it's pretty, but is it really something special? Is it something that I don't already have time and time again in my collection? Definitely not. So I'm actually going to declutter all of them. I don't really want to hang on to single eyeshadows that aren't super special to me. I don't pull out single eyeshadows very often to play with, and when I do, I'm usually reaching for them because it's something that I just do not have in a palette. I would eventually like to get to the point where I can have all of my like mini eyeshadow palettes and my singles in like just one of my long Alex drawers back here, and if I'm ever going to reach that goal, I need to get rid of some singles. So these guys, although they are pretty and I didn't really have any issues with them except one which I'll talk about in a second, I just don't feel like they're like really that special. Like I need to hold on to them. The one that I didn't really like was Night Star, which is the sort of like creamy matte shade with some micro sparkle in it. I just found that it didn't really adhere to the eye very well. It looked a bit powdery and not really that cute. So even if these guys were super duper special and I adored them, this guy would have gone anyway because I wasn't really a fan. Okay, let's talk about the other things. I'm just going to go through these guys really quickly because I didn't use them. So the Nars Danger Control palette, I didn't okay, that thing's falling out. Cool. I didn't get around to using this. I didn't get around to using any of my Makeup Geek singles, and I didn't use the Colourpop Kathleen Lights Scorpion Pigment either. The Too Faced palettes, these are primarily what I've been using as like matte shades in my crease because they're literally the only mattes that I have in the project. The Gingerbread Spice palette, this one offers more mattes, but I feel like three of them are basically pink. So we've got this one here, this one, and this one. These two I'm just not really keen on color-wise. Like this is sort of like a powdery baby pink and I'm not a huge fan. And this is just like, I'm not into wearing these sort of colors at the moment. This one, which is Looky at My Cookie. Sorry, what? Wow. Are we really calling it that? Okay then. It's not really like, I wouldn't really consider it an attractive pink. It could definitely be worse, but it's just not, it's not super special. So that pretty much limits the palette quite a bit when it comes to the mattes. I find myself mostly reaching for Gingerbread and Gingerbread Latte. Occasionally Spice is nice, and then there's also Reindeer Paws and Figgy Pudding, which I use to deepen things up if I want a darker look, but I'm not really going for that at the moment because it's spring here in Australia and I like softer makeup. I am going to keep this in the project for now since I have no mattes, and also I want to play a little bit more with the shimmers since I haven't really had an opportunity to do it. I have used Spiked Eggnog and Frostbite Me. Okay, cool. So this one here and this one up here, I've used them as like inner corner highlights, but otherwise I haven't really delved into the rest of the palette. And then we have the chocolate bar palette, the original chocolate bar palette. Okay, so again, this shade here, this fairly ugly pink. I'm not really a pink eyeshadow person, like it's not my jam. That's basically a useless color for me anyway. I don't even know what I would do with that. But when it comes to actual mattes in this palette that I can use to sort of use the other eyeshadows, I'm left with this one here, and this one. This one over here is a little bit too dark, again, for what I'm going for at this time of year. And this one, look, this is sort of like a dark plummy brown, but it does have micro sparkle in it. It's just not really, it's not what I'm going for. Simply not what I'm going for. So I don't know. I'm not actually sure that this will survive the test of time in my collection, to be honest. But I am going to keep it in the project for now, keep playing with it. I just don't really see, like if I was going to reach for either of the Too Faced palettes at any given time, I'm more likely to reach for this because I just feel like it's a bit more interesting. But also, I have that feeling where it's very difficult for me to get rid of this because, you know, Too Faced tin palette collection, it's hard. So I'll keep going with these guys, see how I feel about them, and I will be back in a month to update you guys again. Hopefully I'll have some more progress. I can't promise that I'm gonna wear makeup more often because I'm just enjoying not wearing makeup so often. It is extremely refreshing. So anyway, we'll see how we go. Maybe I'll be able to rotate in some new palettes next month. Thank you, Plain. Feel free to leave your comments down below, guys. Let me know if you're working on any eyeshadow palettes at the moment, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.